Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We're going to jump straight in here with a learner car coming around this bend. And as they come around a sort of tight blind bend, they're going quite slow, it's 20 mile per hour limit, but there's a gap there. And this is what they can see in front of them. So there's a gap there on the right hand side. They could have pinched in when the car was coming the other way, or they could have gone into this gap here. This is the one they choose. Why, I don't know. It just goes to show sometimes how hard it is for an instructor with a pupil. Pupil panics there a little bit, stamps on the brake, or it could have been the instructor. Look at that gap, it's very, very tight. They want to get in that gap as soon as possible, and I think the instructor was taking control there. Fair play to the car on the left, didn't get too close. Did the learner a fair deed there, I think. Let them pinch in as he's just trying to pinch past to clear the space so they can get right around the back and then carry on. And pretty decent. I think there was a little bit of panicking going on in the car there as they were coming down. Still think they should have taken that first spot though. That would have made them a lot easier on them when they come down that road. Having a look from the back so you can see as they pass us. Again, look at the position in the car. They're right in the middle. They're quite close to the parked cars on the left, and they're coming up to a left-hand bend which they can't really see around. Look at the car following behind. Look where that places itself to give it full view of what's coming around from that side there. Little naivety there. Could the instructor done a little bit better? Who knows? Under a lot of pressure there, and I know exactly what that pressure feels like. I think they were doing the best they could under the circumstances, but it just goes to show they have it full on sometimes. Got to keep their wits about them when they're on the road. But it's just something I happened to notice that probably could have been done a little bit better, and I think if the instructor had another pop at the same thing, I reckon they would have probably done better there than what they did. Okay, in this clip here is a standard right hand turn, really done poorly. We come across this all the time and our pupils have to react accordingly. There's a car coming from the left and you can see into this road really early. There it is. So you can see us coming down the road, so a little bit more caution before turning into the right, but it doesn't. It comes right across our side of the road. We have to slow down earlier to accommodate its poor right hand turn. Learners shouldn't have to deal with that at all, but we do, and we do so on a consistent basis through poor junction ability. Okay, in this clip here I'm picking on the road. The road is damaged. It's not a pothole as such, it's more than that, it's damaged. And it's been damaged a while by the looks of it, but it's a little stretch of road, and if you was to drive in it, I don't think you'd be doing your car any favours. It could also be very dangerous with control. So as we're coming down here, I will be slowing it down so you can see, but there's also a car coming the other way. So if the road is not narrow enough already, it gets narrower. There comes the car, and there's the damaged bit of road. So we've got less road to drive on, and the end of it is very poor indeed. It sinks down quite a lot, and not something you should be driving in. And I think while my pupil was fixated on trying to avoid the pothole, they got quite close to this car, and I had to just grab the steering and pinch them over just a little bit because they got a little too close to that white car. So you need to be paying attention to the car and to the hazard, both together. Okay, on this clip here, we're coming up some roadworks. Now you'll see the green light, and as we approach it does go amber. And you're going to see right there, could we have stopped in time? You might think, yeah, we had plenty of time really, but we went through it, and we did go through an amber. But from behind we had these two pressurising us, and that car even sped up. And there is the light on the right hand side, which we went through an amber. So did he go through an amber? Well, the van certainly didn't. He definitely went through a red. But with the pressure of those two behind, I told my pupil to carry on going. It's not illegal to go through an amber. You should always stop if you can. But with the pressure of those two, I told him to go through on that occasion. And as you can see, we didn't interfere with any traffic coming the other way. So it was okay to do so on that occasion. But that's pressure from other cars. In this clip we're on the Rose Hill roundabout, and we're looking at this car behind, and it doesn't do anything wrong. It's reading the road markings as it sees it, but it makes it very difficult for that car, and I think also quite dangerous. As we're coming up, they're going into the inside lane because they're going right around the roundabout, as we are. They're going in the same direction. I think that arrow I showed is what the road marking should say. That Citroen keeps behind us, it follows us all the way around, and I think it does it in the same way as it should be done. As we move on, now that car came around on the inside lane up there, and in doing so it had to come across one lane there, onto the next lane, then onto the next lane where we are, to go in the same direction as us. That's crossing 3 lanes with cars possibly filtering in from behind. Quite difficult to do, I think, and quite dangerous. I think the road markings are wrong. Have a look from the front and you'll actually see, as we move on, remembering that car behind us, it goes into the inside lane, and as I said, it does nothing wrong. It's following the road markings as it sees it, so it comes from behind us and goes to the inside lane, whereas we stay in the middle lane here. And as you see, as we go around, very little to do here, following the line all around, and all we've got to do is pinch out to the last lane as we pass the last exit before the one we want, and we're in the correct lane. See that car there coming from the right? It had to come across 1, 2, 3 lanes to go to the same direction as us, and if there would have been more cars or any cars come from behind, that would have been quite poor and possibly dangerous too. This clip I'm just going to keep quiet. I think it's self-explanatory. Yeah, good this one, isn't it? It kind of says everything, doesn't it, about certain car drivers. Anyway, on to the next. Okay, this clip, I kind of like this clip actually. This car that gets right up behind us tailgates us. We're in a 20. Look how close they get. Absolutely ridiculous. All they want to do is pass us. But we're doing 20 in a 20, and we're trying to keep our head here. We know it's only a matter of time before they actually pass us, and also where they choose to pass us. But the point of this clip is I'm going to end up letting it run to show you, basically this happens all the time. There they go, they pass us on a junction, on zigzag lines, in totally and utterly the wrong place, and totally pointless as well. Now as you look at the front here, you can see it's quite busy with parked cars. It stipulates quite clearly that it's a 20, and there's a bus lane there, sorry, a bus stop on the left. There's also a school around here, and I think it was the main reason that this was reduced to a 20, because it's quite a wide road. But you've got shops on the right there, a junction on the left, and this is when he chooses to pass, of all places. Car coming from the left, right on top of some pedestrian crossing, and he remains at the high speed, only for the bus down the bottom there to indicate right, and then he has to stop as the bus pulls away. His timing and driving, well, it is a he or she, is very, very poor indeed. And I'm just going to let this run to show you just how stupid this particular individual is, and how pointless an exercise it is to rush around when you could just stay at the maintained speed, the legal speed, and achieve exactly the same thing. Still maintaining that steady 20, and just a little further up where the bus is, just past there, we're coming up to a set of traffic lights. We're looking to turn left at the lights, and that car that overtook us is already there, look, on the left, waiting to go through in the left hand lane. And we're catching up, and we're catching up, and the lights are red, and as we get there they go green. No stress on our part, we've caught them up. Lights change and we carry on going in the same direction. Totally and utterly pointless exercise by the car in front. Okay, on this clip, final clip here, what we're doing is looking at 2 cars really. Initially this one, who slows down, he indicates right, and we slow down, we think okay, nothing wrong with that. But I'm thinking, where is he going? Is he looking to do that right turn ahead? Maybe because he's being slowed down by cars in front, but I can see through that car, not too clear from here, but there is nothing in front of him. So I'm thinking there's no parking spot on the right, although that red car is parked quite poorly, he's taking up a lot of room. But as you can see, there was nothing in front of him, and he pulls over there, and he's got his reverse lights on, so looking to reverse, possibly in a spot he can't get into. We'll come back to that in a second. This white car pulling out again, it goes right across the other side of the road. Its intention, turning the road, would you believe, on a main road. Why didn't it just go to the end of the road here and simply go around this roundabout ahead there and come back? Would have been so simple, but no, let's inconvenience everybody else. Now this car again from the back, I just pause it there a second. So it's on double yellow lines. It cannot park behind it, whatever it's thinking, but it's now holding cars that are coming towards it. They can't no longer get past. Not sure what it's thinking is at all. Bad judgment there, I reckon. Bad judgment indeed. And this white car that's looking to turn around, as you'll see in a second, reversing into the main road there. And he could have just used the roundabout coming up. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching. It's much appreciated. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel immensely. Watch out for those learners out there. A little bit of empathy will be appreciated. Take care, safe driving, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.